Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on the channel. We're going to dive into your June 2020. What does that look like for you? How are things going to be moving forward here in this month? What messages do the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this month? And by the way, happy birthday. This is your birthday month, or maybe the end of May, but a lot of you Gemini are here in June as well. So happy birthday, or happy belated birthday. We're going to dive in. We're going to take a look at what you guys are going to be working on. Now, as I look at this spread, the very first thing that I am noticing about the energy of this entire spread is that there is a part of you that's really going to be battling with the ego this month. You're really going to be trying to, level up in a way. You're going to be trying to work on releasing sort of those very basic human ego-based, fear-based needs that you have, those things that maybe come from a place of ego, those habits that come from a place of ego that are ready to be released so that you can elevate yourself, elevate your soul, really be more connected to your soul and your best life path. So we're going to dive in. We're going to first take a look at the overarching themes that you can expect throughout this month. And the first thing that we have here is the Six of Earth reversed. Okay, so there is something in regard to your resources or money that really could use some balancing. And so maybe you want to take another look at the structure that you already have in regard to your finances, and maybe there can be some tweaks. Maybe there can be some structure added into that so that it can provide a little bit more balance. Or maybe you need to look at spending, overspending, if you're not spending, if you're holding onto your money too tightly. This is a great time for you to focus on paying off debts if you can, so that you can get yourself into a place where there's a more solid financial foundation underneath you. And this is also about the balance of resources, right? So maybe you're not balancing your time. Maybe you're not using your time as wisely as you possibly could. And it's going to be really important for you to find a way to add some balance back into your life. And speaking of that, I keep saying the word balance, and that is really our next card here is the balance, okay? The balance is all about finding balance, a need for some moderation in some areas, or how can you bring a balance in what area of your life, what parts of your life require some balance and are really needing that in order for you to feel better and be doing better. The next card that we have here is the Ace of Air. Okay, so the Ace of Air is really all about a new way of thinking. It's like a mastery of thinking, and I really do feel like this is coming in through this process of battling the ego. We're going to have these two parts of yourself battling each other a little bit. Maybe that part that's more likely to self-sabotage, or that part of you that's getting you in trouble, that part of you that you know is really just kind of that human ego-based piece, and you're working on releasing that. And as you do, we achieve this Ace of Air energy where you really are seeing the world from a new perspective, from a better perspective, and it allows you, it invites in some beautiful new ways of seeing the world and even new ideas that you can use to help create some powerful opportunities in your life. And the next card that we have here is the Warrior card. And I'm going to just read this to you because I think it's so fitting with everything that we're talking about. It says strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So really that is what your theme is. You're going to be focusing on conquering that ego, really bringing yourself back to a soul-based focus in your life. And I think if you can accomplish that, you're going to be really successful this month and moving forward. The next card that we have here is the Whale card, and this is about living a conscious life, being conscious, being aware. And so I really feel like part of this process of releasing the ego has to do with you consciously paying attention to the choices that you're making, to the things that you're doing, because so many of the choices that we make are really mindless. We make those from the ego. We make those as like from that automatic response. And so can you be more mindful in your responses? Can you be more mindful in the choices that you're making? This will allow you to make better choices for yourself. The next cards that we have here are in the category of challenges that you can expect throughout this month. Okay, so the first one is the Three of Air. There is a need for some healing. Maybe some sadness, maybe you're struggling on some level with some things, maybe you are just needing to take some time to allow a healing process to happen. So if you're finding yourself struggling with emotions, remember, emotions aren't bad. They may be uncomfortable, but when we allow ourselves to experience those emotions and to not push those away, we allow ourselves to work through it. And when we can work through it, we can release them rather than hanging on to them. This is also about self-forgiveness or forgiveness of other people. And forgiveness is a process, right? We can't just say, I'm going to forgive someone and it's that easy, right? It can be a process, but when we begin to try to choose to forgive ourselves or to forgive other people, we are actually allowing ourselves to release ourselves. Forgiveness is really about releasing ourselves. It's really not that other person, but we are saying that we're no longer chaining ourselves to something that has been keeping us stuck, something that has been holding us back. The next card that we have here is the Page of Water reversed. Okay, so this is like there's a new person trying to come into your life. This can be a romantic interest. This can be a friendship. This can just be a new fresh energy, a new fresh person that you're destined to meet that's trying to come into your life. Don't be so self-protective during this time that you don't allow this person to come in, because this really does feel like soul family connection, okay? Also, if, this can also be a deepening of a relationship. So maybe somebody that you have a connection with is wanting to deepen that connection. We can sometimes get very self-protective and shut our heart chakra down or pull back because we're protecting ourselves. And this is really not recommended for you. It's like allowing your heart to open, allowing yourself to receive love, to receive help from other people. That kind of stuff will be really beneficial for you as you navigate this month and moving forward. Then we have the Two of Air. Okay, so the Two of Air is, sometimes it's hard to see these cards because they're so shiny, but we have these two unicorns who are really butting heads, okay? And I see this as the two parts of yourself, your soul versus your ego. And like you are going to find yourself sort of having these arguments in your head, these battles in your head, these conversations of what's going to be the best decision for me. And what I would say is the best decision is always going to be the one that comes from a place of love instead of a place of fear, because that really is soul versus ego, is love versus fear, right? So where does this come from? Does this feel like an energy of love, or does this feel like the energy of fear? Choose the energy of love. Then we have the King card reversed, okay? So making sure that you are not misusing any power that you have, or that you are aware and respectful of power that you might have over other people, and that you don't take advantage of that. This can sometimes be misusing of a leadership role. This can also be not recognizing what a leader you actually are, and not embracing it and not allowing it, or just self-doubting. And this is really saying, like, you have everything within you to lead, and if the universe is trying to direct you in that direction, accept it, allow it, go for it, step into it. And kind of, this is one of those things where you can really fake it till you make it, and the confidence comes through doing it anyway, even if you feel nervous to lead, even if that feels really uncomfortable for you. And then we have the Monkey card, and the Monkey card says experience all that life has to offer. I think that you're opening up. I think that new experiences, new people are trying to come in, new ways of thinking, and so allow yourself to experience it all. Allow yourself to be open, and maybe you're being invited to try different things, do different things, and you are encouraged to allow that to happen. The next cards that we have here are the gifts that you can expect throughout this month. Okay, so the first one that we have here is the Ace of Fire. Ace of Fire is great. So there's a beautiful energy around your work or your life's work or something that you're working on, something that you're doing. This is a really exciting new opportunity that's happening. This is something coming in that is just really going to bring with it a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of success, maybe a lot of money, but there's something new coming in that's going to be really great, or career advancement, or some kind of a really positive change that can change the course of your life in a really positive way. So allow that to come in. Don't doubt yourself. Let yourself embrace the positive change that's coming in. And then we have the Moon card reversed. Okay, so the Moon card reversed is really, it is you kind of having an understanding of something that maybe you didn't understand before. It's like something has come to light. The sun has come out, something that was in the dark is now in the light. You now understand something. And sometimes these types of energies are hard truths, right? They're things that we don't want to believe, that we don't like the answer, whatever, but this is showing up in the gifts for you. So I want you to understand that whatever has come to light, whatever it is that you're now understanding, even if you don't like that answer or the way that feels, or you have emotions that you need to work through in connection with that, this is for the best. This is a gift for you. This is allowing you to move forward in whatever way you need to make whatever changes you need to, or it's just allowing the course of your life to move in the direction that it needs to go for you to live your best life. So it's important for you to trust this. The next card that we have here is the Ego card, and the Ego card is again all about ego, right? So this is again about you learning how to release that ego, not being so focused on material things, not being so focused on negative thinking, not participating in self-sabotaging behaviors, not being so focused on fear-based thoughts or negative thinking, all of that stuff. So when we can release that, and we never fully release it, we're human, right? We're going to have an ego. But as we work toward releasing parts of the ego and really embracing the soul that just finds peace and love in nearly every situation, we can experience a sense of peace and love that we never would have anticipated that we would experience before. Now the next card is the Hyena card, and the Hyena card says dare to be different. Okay, so this is just about you, and maybe this is part of that ego stuff where you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to be authentically me. And even if this voice in my head says, oh, that's really scary for me to try to be myself, or to just speak my truth, or to just be me, do it anyway, right? Dare to be different. Dare to be you. And last but not least, we have the Hedonist card. Okay, so this is all about creative energy, enjoying life, celebrating, letting yourself enjoy the little things in life, letting yourself appreciate the little things in life. You can see the image. She's like lying down, eating grapes. She's just relaxed and enjoying. She's enjoying pleasurable things in her life. And so make sure that you take the time out for that, to just enjoy life and to enjoy those little things in life. So those are your messages for June 2020. I'm Christy Forsyth. If you want to learn more about me or about clarity, you can check me out at discoverawakening.com. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button below as well. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care.